welcome to the Illuminating Crossroads community. My name's Lisette, and I will be doing a reading today for Taurus rising, but of course you can watch this video if you're a Taurus sun, moon, or rising, or if you just feel called to watch this video. So we're going to be looking at the energies for this Pisces full moon. That is a partial lunar eclipse taking place on September 17th, 2024. And of course, depending on your time zone, it could also be on September 18th of 2024. So I wrote a few questions down, so we're going to look into a few different things, but let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to start with tarot, and first we're going to look at what is being illuminated during this full moon for Taurus rising. So of course you can get nice and comfy, grab a journal if you'd like to take any notes, or grab a drink that's nourishing for you, some water, tea. And just remembering that this message is supposed to be for confirmation, to be supportive towards just bringing greater clarity to what you're already feeling at this time. So remembering that you're always your best guiding light, and I am merely here to empower you, to support you with remembering. All right. So 2 cards came out, and I think we're going to kind of stack them since they came out together. But so we have, we'll go like this. We have, like, I can't make up how I want to put it. That's so funny. Okay, anyways, we have the World, so fulfillment and celebration. And then we also have 4 of Feathers, sanctuary and rest, which is so funny because, the 4 of Swords also came out in the Aries reading previous to this one. So at this time, what's being illuminated is honestly is so perfect. Thinking of the World card. So for you, Taurus rising, there has, well, collectively already, there's been emphasis on the fixed signs within our natal chart, and Taurus is one of those fixed signs. So I think that, you know, during this time of the full moon, if you feel called to do some deep reflection of like really honoring like how far you've come, like over just the past year alone, and then like maybe even extend that out to the past few years, and to really just notice like what's changed. How have you found fulfillment? What can you celebrate? And especially, you know, whales can sometimes represent like our ancestors or the ancient ones. So maybe even thinking of like within your family lineage, like what are things that have been overcome that maybe you've broken cycles of, and like how can you celebrate the time that's present for you. And in that celebration, allowing yourself to like honor this like milestone of how far you've come, and really just letting yourself be, to just be. So we have the Bear here, so resting, really nourishing yourself deeply, honoring your inner temple, maybe inviting yourself to maybe spruce some things up within your home. And if you feel called at this time, if there's some stuff that you have that's from the past, maybe you grab those items and just kind of allow yourself to be a little nostalgic and to really enjoy like how far you've come along your journey. All right, we'll pull a couple more cards. And also the feathers are standing out to me. So I will say, if just thinking of your home, if you haven't done like a good cleansing on your home in a while, now might be a really good time to do so during this time of the full moon. Okay, that's quite a bit of cards, so I'm not going to take those. And I'm also like looking at the sun here. So in this area of like rest and being within sanctuary, it might be nice to do, like, if you do meditate or practice some mindfulness, to do so outside. Maybe you allow yourself to watch the sunset or the sunrise, and just allowing yourself to enjoy what's being presented to your conscious awareness at this time. So next we have, okay, I'm gonna take this. So this card was at the back of the deck, but I feel like this is kind of important. So next, we had the Knight of Acorns come out. Acorns represent wands in this tarot deck. And it says action and drive, but it is in reverse. So only because the Four of Swords came out, I'm really seeing this as an invitation to not charge forward so quickly. Because right now is a supportive time for you to acknowledge everything that you're, like, you are or have been fulfilled by, and to celebrate. So really letting yourself celebrate, to rest within that celebration, to honor it before you allow yourself to charge forward. Because your spiritual team is wanting you to really honor, like, how strong and courageous you've been. And I'm only saying that because the Strength card came out here, but it is reversed, but it does says courage and endurance. And to me, this is, so I'm seeing this, like, thinking past in this direction. So I'm seeing this as, since it's reversed, I don't know, maybe you're not giving yourself enough credit for how courageous you've been as you've, like, moved into your present point in time. So how can you allow this full moon in Pisces to really show you, like, how strong you've been, and also how you've continued to move forward even through, like, challenges and obstacles, since we have the elephant here. And maybe during this full moon, if you feel like there's some, like, cleansing and purification, especially since we said the cleansing of the home, maybe you work with Ganesh if that is a supportive essence that you'd like to tap into. And then here we have the High Priestess. So it says intuition and sacred knowledge. So it is in reverse, and this was the back of the deck energy from all of these cards. So this to me is kind of bringing awareness that you, how do I want to say, in moving forward, you really do want to take this time to rest, to celebrate, to honor, like, how much you've moved through before you move forward, so you can really tap in to your intuition and to honestly, like, make things even more easier for yourself during this next cycle, during this next season of your life. All right, so next we're going to see how can you work with these energies to support your growth, and what are you ready to let go of? So we're going to use the Ocean Dreams Oracle deck. Okay. All right, so we have Beyond the Veil. And then we have Luminous Paths. So So for these cards coming out, one of the first messages that I'm tuning into, I'm really focusing on these steps and going into this sacred space, or again, tapping into that sanctuary word. So in going beyond the veil, it's especially how do I want to say? Okay, so so at the time of this full moon in Pisces, the moon is going to be in between Neptune and Saturn. So the moon is being sandwiched by this essence that can sometimes be within illusions, but it's really this mystical energy. And then it's also on the other end, Saturn is giving awareness of restrictions, or how some fears or some things might be brought up or brought about. So in allowing yourself to really tune into what to you is your safe space. So if your home is your sanctuary, then allowing yourself to go so deeply into your home, but really into your body within the safe space of your home, so that you can go beyond any limitations that are illusions that are keeping you from having more ease and grace and forward motion towards that which you're desiring within life right now. And Luminous Path is also emphasizing that connection to or towards your intuition. So what does it mean to find presence and then find that light, or connecting again with that solar essence, but allowing it to be soft? So connecting with the moon again, it should be the pathway forward for you to see where it is that you'd like to go, especially for you if you're a Taurus rising. This full moon is taking place within your 11th house. So and then the sun is over in your 5th house. So this can also be speaking towards like how you've showed up within community spaces, or maybe like passion projects of like tending to specific environmental projects, if you will. And then also speaking towards like being creative and allowing yourself to play, to have fun, to not be too serious or too fixed within your ways. So just thinking of those during this time to allow you to find more flow as you move about the months to come. All right, so next we're going to pull some cards from angels and ancestors here. And then also I'm focusing on these little pillars within this card. So making sure that you're grounding at this time, and also not being, I feel like the physical is not as, like, materialistic plane is not being as highlighted at this moment. I don't know why I feel called to say that. I keep looking at these little leaves and I keep thinking of them as coins for some reason. But it might be supportive to kind of detach from material to just find balance. So if you do have like certain spiritual practices, maybe finding balance of like, yeah, what does it mean to be like human and to have fun and to, to do all the things. And of course you got to take care of the mundane things in life, but how can you invite an awareness to like your mental body, your emotional body, and and just allowing yourself to find more deeper connection and deeper rootedness within all of you, all of who you are. All right, so let's see what messages your ancestors and angels would like to share with you at this time during the full moon in Pisces for Taurus rising. Ooh, hello. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna keep shuffling because there was a good chunk of cards that kind of flew out. Also, all the purple is kind of standing out to me, so if you are desiring to do some cleansing and purification, you can work with the violet flame if that's something that you already have in your practice. And also, I'm like getting the taste of lavender, so maybe inviting calming and soothing aromas or even teas into your day during the time around this full moon would be supportive to you. Okay. We're going to switch it up and we're going to actually go to the Starseed Oracle deck. Okay. Okay. So here we have, so sorry if I say this wrong, but Hyrith. Longing for home, homesick for the stars. And then we have the Void, stop, embrace winter, cosmic womb. Okay. And then we have here, we the Hawthorns, deep love, mother's milk, birth as a portal. All right, so the first thing that came to mind was the bear from the Four of Swords. So I'm just thinking of the Great Bear. So you could have an affinity with Sirius. You could just have a connection with a different star family. I don't know why I'm thinking Andromedan or Palladian. It's coming through. And know that during this time, if you're feeling like homesick and you really connect, with, sorry, I'm laughing because I feel like this message is also partly for me too. But if you are longing for home, you're feeling homesick for the stars, as this card is speaking towards, if you invite yourself to find greater stillness, your like star family would like to connect with you more deeply. So you can allow yourself to create some spaciousness to do so. And I almost see it as like coming back to the steps I had said and coming into this sanctuary, this safe space, is like you allowing yourself to really ground and get deeper into your body. Then you can connect to higher vibrations more easily and connect with these either star family or guides or angels or masters, ascended masters that would like to connect with you. And then here with the Void, stop, embrace winter, great cosmic womb. Again, thinking bear and rest, hibernation. So really emphasizing that, like making sure you stop, you pause before you like just charge forward. And also, I'm not sure why, but another thing that's coming to mind, if there are other people around you that are like kind of pushing you to take action or to do things, if you are not ready, just remembering your sovereignty and remembering boundaries at this time. So know that you can honor if you are needing to wrap up some things within a winter season internally, you can do that. And allow yourself to be held within the great cosmic womb. So maybe working within the void, working in this in between of, you've done all these things and now you're ready to kind of move on to something new, but there's this like transitionary period. So honor that, celebrate what you've moved through, and create a strong foundation towards where you're going. And the Hawthors, you can work with Hawthor, or even just working with sound during this time might be really supportive to you. Or maybe just like connecting with Egyptian mythology for some reason is kind of coming up more predominantly, which makes sense. But anyways, so just thinking of where can you allow yourself, again, to be nurtured, really nurtured, to be nourished, and in this void this void or this pause, this in between, to allow new fragments of yourself, or not even new, but just like, I'm just thinking of like activating more parts of who you are that you have forgotten to come online for lack of better words, to come to the surface, to arise, to be illuminated along with this full moon. So then last, we'll just get a supportive message from the animal spirits for any additional guidance or support before we close out your reading. So I do hope that you have been enjoying this, and I do hope that this Pisces new moon is very illuminating for you. All right, so here we're just going to close out with the animal of the lion spirit. So it's really interesting. I think I said this in the Aries rising reading, and I feel called to say it here again, just because lion spirit came out. If there were any messages that you received during Lionsgate, on 8/8 of this year, or even in the past, if you keep a journal, I would extend an invitation, or I am extending an invitation to you to go back and to look at any messages that you wrote down, because maybe there might be something supportive for you within what it is that you wrote to support you as you continue to move forward. But with lion spirit, it says be generous of spirit. And normally on the strength card in the traditional tarot deck, there is a lion. So this is really talking about that courage, that strength, and really in being generous of spirit is like giving from this place that is truly of love, because then it's not depleting, because there's no like hidden agenda or attachments. It's just an open flow of love being given, of authenticity, of you just being who you are, and you just loving for the sake of love, if that makes sense. And also, I just want to point out that, since this card is 37, that equals to a 10, and it is also a 1. So really thinking again of like what has reached its growth and what no longer is, like what needs to go, what needs to kind of die away within winter, within that great cosmic womb, so then regeneration can happen, and there can be this one spirit, and you can kind of be courageous, be a leader, be out and about as you are, but being fully nourished and replenished and just in your own light. So yes. All right. So that's going to go ahead and close out this reading. So we'll just seal this space with divine love, light, and wisdom. We are complete. I do hope that you found this reading to be supportive. If you want to join the Illuminating Crossroads community, love to have you. You can subscribe. And if this reading resonated to what you're experiencing presently within your season, you can leave a little lion emoji or a feather down below in the comments, or you could also let me know, like, how did it sit with you? I'd love to hear it. And I do hope that you take care. Until next time, sending you many blessings and much love. Bye!